Well, when I got the subject matter, love hurts, the first thing I had to think of is, what the heck is love? It's very complicated. So I looked on the internet, Google. There were 40 million hits on the subject of love. So that's like dealing with one sand of great sand, let's say, on the beaches of Malibu. So it's very, I couldn't read them all, I'll admit that. So let me ask you a few questions about it. First of all, is it a mental condition? Well, I'd have to say yes, it is. Because when you have it, there's sometimes when you're fucking crazy. Is it emotional? I have to say, yeah, it really is. Because in many cases, you're emotionally distraught, you're upset. Is it physical? Yeah, it's definitely physical, and I'm not even going to get into that. But I read in a textbook written by a prominent psychiatrist long ago, and he made the statement that every heart attack is a broken heart. So that was kind of telling me that love can be dangerous to your health. So let's be serious and put aside everything and look at it rationally and try to take an understanding of love, the qualities of it, the characteristics of it, and see how it goes. First of all, love is amorphous. Sometimes it's a chimera. If it's mutual between a couple, it's exhilarating. If it's not, it's devastating. Sometimes people have it and they don't know they have it until later on. Sometimes people think they have it and it's not there at all. Sometimes people get an idea about it and they really don't understand what they're doing. They don't understand about love. They don't know how to handle it. And occasionally it can lead to disaster, probably frequently. And we see a lot of divorces. Starts out with love and then they turn sour. What happens when it turns sour? What happens when it goes bad? It's kind of mixed with ambivalence sometimes. For instance, I had a 16-year-old marriage, and my wife used to come up behind me, and she'd put her hands on the back of my neck, her hands around my neck, and she'd say, you know, I don't know whether to hug you and kiss you or strangle you. And I was always look up stupidly and wonder which one it was going to be. But I did find out later that the entire issue had a very, very ominous tone to it, which played itself out later on. I do know that when you've got it, it is absolutely exhilarating. It is fun. It's exciting. You long to be with that person. And there is a melding. There is a bonding. There's many, many positive things about it that make you feel really good. I've learned that there are people who can't tolerate it. Now, why would it be that people can't tolerate it? The ones who are cautious. Well, what is that lack of toleration based on? It's based on fear. Now, what are they afraid of? They're afraid of commitment. They're afraid of being hurt. They're afraid of being dependent on somebody, and they're afraid something will go wrong and it will become a disaster. They're afraid of, and this is a big one, they're afraid of control. Two things. They're either afraid of having the other person control them, or they're afraid that they won't be able to control the other person because the other person is a free spirit. And it also can be used as a weapon. against another person. And that obviously is a no-win situation. So what about duration? How long does it last? Well, it can last anywhere from 1 minute to 50 years or more. Hey, that waitress I saw just walking out the door with her girlfriend, oh, she's going out the door there, and boom, there, she's gone forever. But I love that girl. It lasts like 1 minute. What about the people who have been married, they have their anniversary 50 years? Now, I ask you, how does a couple last together, be together in the same house for 50 years? There has to be some kind of love. There could be many other kinds of reasons for that to happen, but there has to be love involved in there somehow. So you have the idea of duration. So when you have it, it's a fantastic thing. You've got great feelings. You feel a sense of attachment. You feel a togetherness. You want to be with your partner. You feel comfortable. You feel a connectedness, and you feel a bonding. If there are children involved, that multiplies it 100-fold, because then you've got this sense of family and home, and that is paramount. And that takes your love and it expands it out, and it encompasses a bunch of other people into a circle, and that intensifies it. Now, however, if there's a divorce, especially if it's a vindictive divorce, it gets to be very, very destructive. So what happens to the love, the energy of the love in a vindictive divorce? It turns to hate. And then when it turns to hate, then you have all kinds of destructiveness and people doing things to hurt each other. There is definitely an amount of ambivalence in there, which one has to be aware of and understand that. So in having love, there's no question about it. It's a fantastic thing. It does a lot for you, and I think it puts you in touch with your nature. And it's what we are all really made for. But when you look at it from the top down, how it is good, it can be bad, there can be disasters. People have been known to do all kinds of crazy things. Physiologically, let's say, I was waiting for my lover to come home one night, and I actually felt like my arm was amputated, and I felt that it was missing. It was like a combat veteran who comes home from combat and he feels phantom pains in his arm, which isn't there. So you can have all kinds of maladies physically from that. Being sick at your stomach if things are going sour and bad. You can have a variety of things happen to you physically. There's depression, there is sadness, there is loss, there's all kinds of things if your spouse dies or if there's a divorce or separation. So there's a lot of things that happen, both positive and negative, and you never know which one of them it's going to be or when it's going to happen. So ending up, I go back to the question, what is love? I don't know. I just know that I want it. Thank you.